Olivier Blanchard, Economic Counselor of the IMF. So looking at 2013, is Europe finally on the mend?
Is Europe on the mend? I think the answer is yes and no. If you look at institutional progress, it's quite impressive. We're not in the same place as we were last year. The European construction is coming into play. It's painful, it's tough, many negotiations, but much progress, no question. If you look at the financial markets, financial conditions in general, very good as well. The spreads have decreased a lot. Interest rates for most borrowers are low, at least in the core countries. Stock markets are doing great. So again, good news. The problem is the third element, right, which is the real economy, what actually happens to people. And there the numbers are bad. Basically there is no growth in the core, there is negative growth in the periphery. That's what we're predicting. Something has to happen to start growth. One can hope that the first two elements, the institutional progress, financial improvements, will lead to improvements, but we haven't seen it yet.
Now, with your last World Economic Outlook, you were pointing out the U.S. as one of the second major risks facing the global economy. Have things gotten any better with the resolution of the fiscal cliff, or do the need to raise the debt ceiling and the sequester represent an equally big risk for the global economy?
No, I think the risk is much less. I mean, avoiding the fiscal cliff was big. It happened. The result is that even under the worst assumptions, there is not going to be anything crazy done on fiscal consolidation in 2013. We think there'll be between 1 and 1.5% of fiscal consolidation, which seems about right. Now, what is true is that it hasn't solved the main problem, which is the medium-run fiscal consolidation. That has to happen. Now, looking at Japan,
Japan has also just announced a new fiscal stimulus package and some new plans for monetary policy. How does that change things?
I think there are two parts to what they have announced. So there's a good part, which is they have announced a high inflation target, 2%. We think that's a very good thing to do. And they have announced a desire, without being specific, to have much more aggressive monetary policy. And we think this is all for the best. This is very much needed. Now there's another part which we like less, which I like less, which is the fiscal expansion. And it's going to help growth in the short run, no question. So we've revised our forecast to have growth in Japan at 1.2%, I think. But it increases risks. I mean, when you start with such a level of debt and without a medium-term credible fiscal consolidation plan, increasing the fiscal deficit in the short run is a very risky thing to do.
Now, looking at other emerging markets, how will we continue to see, we'd seen a drop-off in some of their strong growth last year. What will 2013 look like for them?
Well, in general, our forecasts are better for 2013 than for 2012. And the main example is Brazil, which grew at 1% in 2012, which we think will go at about 3.5% in 2013. For the other countries, China, India, slightly higher than last year. So this is good. It's not the rates that we saw before the crisis, but these rates are long gone. These countries will have lower growth than they had, but things in general are fine.
All right, Olivier Blanchard, thank you.